Hello everyone, welcome back to DIY Beauty on Purpose. Today I am bringing you another trash to treasure using recycled items. Stay tuned. So first DIY guys is using this water bottle that I purchased a while back, and as soon as before I threw it away I was like, you know, this is such a unique bottle. It's tall, it's thin, and it's just simple, and I really like the way it's styled. So I cut off the top portion of it using my blade knife, and then now I'm using the tip of my hot glue gun to kind of melt a little bit those pointy edges after I cut it. I took it outside and I gave it a good heavy coat of Rustoleum spray paint, and this is in their hammered silver. And yeah, so I gave it that, and then I left it outside to let it dry. Once it was dry, I took it back inside, and now I want to give it a little bit of a rusted look using the antique wax from Waverly and a stenciling brush. I'm just going to brush on the edges, on the top, on the bottom, some of this wax, and it just gives it a nice looking, like it's rusted over the months and over the days. And I'm going to do that, like I said, on top, on the bottom, and a little bit all over the bottle.
How did we end up here in the corner, looking like enemies? We used to be the team people talk about, what a chemistry. I can see it in your eyes. You don't wanna talk anymore. I wanna get so numb while we enemies. No, you don't mind the way I.
And once that was all dry, I added some jute rope to it, made a simple bow, and we are done, guys. This came out so stunning. I can see this being in, I don't know, maybe like a guy's office, or it just has that like industrial farmhouse look to it that I really like. It's really nice.
We end up here in the corner, looking like enemies. We used to be the team people talk about, what a chemistry. I can see it in your eyes. You don't wanna talk anymore. I wanna get so numb while we enemies. No, you don't mind the way I stutter my words. You know exactly what it means and how it hurts. Oh, I can't believe you're here. Can't get any worse. No, no. I just wanna get out of here. I find it so hard to breathe. Cause when you get too close, I lose my way and I freeze. I wish you knew what power you have over me. But now it's
Alright guys, so for my second DIY, I'm going to use this empty box. I got some supplement orders here, and if you guys are looking for really good supplements, this company For Life has amazing products, and I'm going to have my a link down below if you're interested in looking for some supplements. Anywho, this is the box that it came in, and it's a good sturdy box. It's very heavy duty, and I really love that because, if you want to put anything in it, it'll withstand a lot of weight. But I am going to turn it into a crate looking like box and with a farmhouse look. So I'm going to take some of these Dollar Tree popsicle sticks. These are those like larger ones, and I am going to cut off the rounded area, and I'm going to frame each side just like I'm doing here. So I'm cutting off the rounded sides, I'm hot gluing it, and then I'm going to cut off another piece, measure it, and cut it off, and that way I am going to frame it first. So that's what I'm going to do first. So as you can see, I'm taking a popsicle stick, I marked where I needed to cut, and then I'm going to hot glue it right in there. That way it is it's easier to just put it on top, measure with a pencil, and make cuts as you go. Very easy. I have these clippers that I am using in my Amazon store. My Amazon store is linked down below if you're interested. A lot of the products that I use on all my DIYs I have in my Amazon store. So now I'm going to do a crisscross in the middle. So I am going to take some more popsicle sticks and I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to dry fit it, mark, make cuts, and hot glue. And then I'm going to do that on all 4 sides.
You know exactly what it means and how it hurts. Oh, I can't believe you're here. Can't get any worse. No, no. I just wanna get out of here. I find it so hard to breathe. 'Cause when you get too close, I lose my way and I freeze. I wish you knew what power you have over me. But now it's so hard to breathe. Just get me out of here. Just get me out of here. Just get me out of. How can you be so calm around me when I act desperately? You used to be the one getting crazy when I'd be hard to reach. I can see it in your eyes. You don't wanna talk anymore. I wanna get so numb, we'll be enemies. No, you don't mind the way I stutter my words. You know exactly what it means and how it hurts. Oh, I can't believe you're here. Can't get any worse. No, no. I just wanna get out of here. I find it so hard to breathe. 'Cause when you get too close, I lose my way and I freeze. I wish you knew what power you have over me. But now it's so hard to.
And once I was done with that, I then took Rustoleum chalk paint in the linen white, and I'm going to give everything 2 coats.
Why don't we say that it's too late for us now? Why do we stay when I blame you for the things that weigh me down? 'Cause in the echo of your silence, I only hear what's best for me. Yeah, in the echo of your silence, I'm thinking more of her. She who wants to study your body, who gets the better version of you. I need the bitter truth. I need the better version of you. I need the better version of you.
After the paint dried, I am going to take the stenciling brush and I'm just going to start dry brushing a little bit of distress using Rustoleum chalk paint in the charcoal tone. I rarely use this one. It's very dark, almost black paint, but in this case I really wanted it to just add some really good dimension, some really good distress like features to it. And in some areas I added a little bit too much, but it was no big deal. I just went back after it was dry and added a little bit more with the same brush, the same stenciling brush, with the white paint. So I basically just went over it lightly with white and it lightened it up.
'Cause in the echo of your silence, I only hear what's best for me. Yeah, in the echo of your silence, I'm thinking more of her. She who wants to study your body.
I'm going to take these upholstery tacks. I've had these for a while, and every so often I find a project that I just think is going to look super cute with these. And I am going to remove the pointy part of it using my wire cutters. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of create maybe some like tags on each corner of the box. So I would poke it through, but you know, it's just easier to hot glue. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do that on 4 sides.
I need the bitter truth. I need the better version of you. I need the better version of you.
And we are just about done, guys. This one came out so cute. I'm going to add some florals to it, and it'll be beautiful.
Why don't we say that it's too late for us now? Why do we stay when I blame you for the things that weigh me down? 'Cause in the echo of your silence, I only hear what's best for me. Yeah, in the echo of your silence, I'm thinking more of her. She
Alright guys, so before we move on to our last DIY for today, I want to tell you about my new channel, Beauty on Purpose at Home, where it's all about home inspiration, organization, cleaning, vlogs, all that good stuff. I'll have the link down below if you want to check that out. I'd love to connect with you there as well. Alright, so here we go with our third and final DIY. I'm going to take this can, and this is it looks tin, but it really isn't. It's really cardboard in the center. Only the bottom and the rims are tin. And I'm just going to mark 2 inches using my square there. And then I'm going to connect the dots. That way I have a nice straight line to cut. And I'm going to use my blade knife. And I'm just going to cut around. I'm going to make a kind of like a pocket for some succulents for the wall. And I just thought this would be perfect. And the fact that it's cardboard instead of tin, it just made my life so much easier. So that's what I'll do. I'll cut, and then I'm going to remove the bottom part as well using the same blade knife.
look out, here she comes, the woman that I love.
I'm going to take some of that leftover middle section, and I am going to use it to create a half circle, and that's going to be my front part to create the pocket-like effect. So I'm just going to trace about half, maybe just a little less than half, and I'm going to cut it. That way it fits, perfectly on the inside of it. And once we have that all cut and set, then it's time to start getting things put together. I'm going to use hot glue and basically just hot glue everything. It's such a lightweight kind of can that it just worked really, really well. In this part here, I wanted to make sure that all the seams were nice and secure and firm, so I'm going to add some hot glue on every seam. Now you're going to see a lot of the hot glue when it dries and you paint. But in some of these cases, I don't mind because it gives it that effect like it's been welded. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I just really like that. It just makes my life easier too, So once that was hot glued, I am going to hot glue the back of it as well.
Like she stole my heart without knowing she did. But I guess that it will pass. Yeah, I can't be the only one who got lost inside the blue of those.
Alright, so now that everything is nice and put together, I am going to give it one heavy coat of Rustoleum Chalked paint in the linen white.
Yeah, I can't tell her how I feel because she has someone who makes her happy. I'm a ghost in these walls, or at least I try to be. 'Cause I hope that I'm not showing how I feel for her, but she won't feel the same for me. I've got this picture in my mind. It's just the two of us, just the two of us. But I know I have to try to let her go, because she won't be mine. I listen when she talks, I watch her when she walks. She's giving.
And then I am going to distress it using the same antiquing wax from earlier in my stenciling brush. In this case, it's gonna have like a rusted look, and I love it. I love the contrast with the white. I used the rusting technique in the first vase with that kind of like industrial look. This one has more of a farmhouse look, and I just really love the way it turned out. And I'm just going to focus a lot on the edges, on all those areas where I hot glued and it looks like it's welded. I just really love that look.
I've got this picture in my mind. It's just the two of us, just the two of us. But I know I'll have to try to let her go, because she won't be mine. I listen when she talks, I watch her when she walks. She's giving me these feelings that I've never felt before, but she will never know.
I'm going to drill a couple holes on each side so that I can thread some jute rope, and that'll be where I hang it from.
But I love her. It's too bad she'll never know. Yeah, I can't tell her how I feel, because she has someone who makes her happy. I'm a ghost in these walls, or at least I try to be. 'Cause I hope that I'm not showing how I feel for her, but she won't feel the same for me. I've got this picture in my mind. It's just the two of us, just the two of us.
And once this is done, guys, I'm going to put some succulents in there, and we are about done. Look how stunning this looks. So beautiful, and it came out of a can, out of the trash. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it inspires you to create your own DIYs. And thank you for visiting. Thank you for watching. If you're visiting for the first time, I ask that you consider subscribing and becoming part of our YouTube family. And if you're returning, welcome back. And thank you so much for watching. Guys, have a blessed, blessed day.
Yeah, I can't tell her how I feel, because she has someone who makes her happy. I'm a ghost in these walls, or at least I try to be.